In tonight with developing news out of Minnesota. Protests are escalating in Minneapolis after another person was fatally shot by federal agents. This was the scene today after news of the fatal shooting of a man this morning. The person killed has been identified as 37-year-old Alex Pretti. His family says he was an ICU nurse and American citizen with no criminal history. But the Department of Homeland Security says Pretti was armed when he approached federal agents, while local officials are disputing that claim. Meanwhile, crowds have been gathering, calling for the end of immigration enforcement in Minneapolis, while city leaders are urging the public to remain calm. Bystanders took a video of the tense confrontation, which is now being reviewed as the DHS and FBI investigate the incident. And we have footage to show you, but we do want to note that some may find it disturbing. Now, this marks the second such incident within a month, and it has state and local officials calling for a change. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz says he has spoken with the White House as he describes the incident as sickening. Walz also called for President Trump to end the operation and pull the thousands of federal officers out of the city. ABC 10 contributor John Lawrence has more on what happened and what federal and local leaders are saying.
Federal agents killed another person in Minneapolis Saturday morning, and anger is again rising over the agents' presence in the state.
I can't stand this anymore. I can't stand what's happening here.
The man was surrounded by federal agents when they shot him.
Life-saving aid was being rendered, and he was transported by ambulance to Hennepin County Medical Center, where he was later pronounced deceased.
The Department of Homeland Security says the 37-year-old had a 9mm semi-automatic handgun with 2 magazines. It's unclear whether he was holding the gun when he was shot.
The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted. Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots.
In separate posts on social media, senior White House aide Stephen Miller referred to the person shot as, quote, a would-be assassin and a domestic terrorist.
We are under attack by this administration right now, and this is not okay. It's just not.
Minneapolis's mayor condemned the incident and is calling on the Trump administration to end the ICE operation in the city.
The invasion of these heavily armed masked agents roaming around on our streets of Minneapolis, emboldened with a sense of impunity, it has to end. This is not how it has to be.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
And the community in Minneapolis hosting a vigil in Whittier Park near where the incident took place. People lit candles and brought flowers to the gathering. The crowd could be heard chanting against ICE agents and honoring Renee Good, the 37-year-old fatally shot by federal agents earlier this month. Walz is calling for state law enforcement to lead the investigation into the shooting and says his state will, quote, have the last word. Protests now ramping up across the country in response to today's shooting. On your left, video from Los Angeles. People gathered downtown today to protest federal immigration enforcement. And there on your right, video you can see from New York City, where crowds gathered in Union Square with a similar message. The protest was organized by Hands Off NYC. Other protests happened also in Washington, D.C., Portland, and Milwaukee. The Minneapolis Timberwolves had a game scheduled for earlier this afternoon, but after the shooting, the game was rescheduled for tomorrow. The NBA said the decision was to prioritize the safety and security of the Minneapolis community. Local leaders are responding to the incident as well. Governor Newsom posting on X today saying, quote, yesterday, hundreds of thousands filled the streets of Minnesota, marching in sub-zero temperatures in a peaceful protest. Not the excuse to invoke the Insurrection Act the president wanted. So today, Trump made a shooting happen. The president must end his violent occupation of Minnesota now, end quote.